It's clean right there, but look right back there, it's red. Okay everybody, we're out here. It's day 1, buoy 10. This is the opener. And we got a little time between what we're doing here. We're gonna run over the gear that we're using. So a good start for a rod, anything in your 9.5 to 10.5 foot range with a good parabolic bend in it is what you want for this fishery, you know. Generally up in your bow rods, you'll have stiffer rods, you know, rated heavier, 10.5 footers to keep your spreads wide. And as you work your way back to the back of the boat, you know, you can get the shorter rods, and that'll give you the availability to keep your spread wide and keep your next rods, you know, in a little bit so they don't get tangled as you're trying to troll and you're letting lines out and this fish bite. So a 9.5 to 10.5 foot rod is where you'd want to start. Something in that 15 to 40 pound class range is very good for this fishery. You know, you're using anything from a 8 to 16, 20, even 24 ounce sinkers at times, so you need something that's going to hold that weight. We're using a line counter reel. Any kind of line counter reel you want to use is great. It's very, very important to have that line counter on there so that, you know, guys like Cody and guys that are guiding can tell their clients where they need to be. It keeps you, you know, where the fish are. If you see them on the depth finder, you can target those specific areas in that column to get it right in front of those fish. Plus, it gives you a chance to not tangle up with everybody. You can't have this guy at 40 feet and the next guy, you know, behind you at 20 feet, or he's going to tangle. So it's a good way to keep everything in line. We're fishing a 30-pound Maxima. This is a high vis. This is the same as Ultra Green. It's just dyed with a different pigment, so it's high vis, so you can see where your line's out and in the water. So again, that's another way to keep you from not being able to tangle up. The 30-pound, we come straight down to what we have here is a slider. So this is a free sliding spreader. This thing does two things for you. Okay, this keeps your line spread. You can see right now my line's hanging down right here. This keeps my weight spread out from my flasher. You want to keep this leader about the same distance. See how it doesn't come below the flasher here? If you keep that weight to where it's clear down to here and you have a long dropper, it's going to swing up, it's going to tangle on this. Not many snags out here, so you don't need that really long leader to keep your gear from the bottom. This is free sliding. So as a fish hooks it, if you hook a fish and your weight gets stuck in the net, you can still fight the fish through the net. This is made out of Lexan plastic, very tough, very durable. You can also rig this thing fixed. You can see the two holes that are here and here. You can rig it fixed if you don't like it sliding. This little T-bead right here keeps things like this moss. When it comes down, it hits this, fans right off of it, so it doesn't spin down the rest of your gear. Come down to your snap swivel, 175-pound bumper to your flasher. This keeps it really stiff, so when you drop this in the water, it tends to push the flasher away from this gear, and that way you don't get more tangles. We're dropped down to a fish flash. This fish flash is made by the Yakima Bait Company. This is made out of Lexan plastic. As you can see, the purple hint here is UV injected. The ones with wings work really, really well when the coho get in here or out in the ocean fisheries, but I've caught them with kings in here as well. These have dual-ended ball-bearing swivels, so rotation is very easy. This thing spins with ease. These have stainless steel grommets, so they don't rot out, and the flasher doesn't pull through. When we come down to another swivel, snapped into a 40-pound Maxima leader. So this is Ultra Green, you know, something strong, so that when those fish go to chew and bite, they don't chew through it. So we drop down to 2 hooks for an anchovy. As you can see, these hooks are spaced about 2.5 inches apart. The idea of that is you put the head hook right here, your lead hook, through the beak of the anchovy, right between the middle of his eyeballs. This one here, you put a slight bend in the anchovy, hook him right through the back of the tail, drop it down so it just rolls nice and easy. And you just deploy, wait for it to bounce.